Welcome to Land Academy. I'm Jack Butala.
I'm Jill DeWitt.
We show you how to buy real estate for half of what it's worth.
And sell it on the internet really fast.
We are Jack and Jill, and this is the Jack and Jill Show 2. With over 15,000 completed transactions, we're the experts at acquiring property.
Of all kinds, not just land.
For half price and flipping them for way more.
All right, let's get this show started.
Jack Butala with Jill DeWitt.
Hi.
Welcome to our show today, our
New product lineup part B.
Part 2 of our show to this Tuesday.
Exactly. So we don't have a question. We're going to finish where we left off earlier today.
In this episode, Jill and I talk about this is part 2 of our 2017 product lineup. So go ahead, Jill. We kind of covered LandPin.
We ran out of time.
And what's next on your list?
Okay.
LandClick.
LandClick.
CLIQUE. That's our online community.
I'm not going to say the name. I'm going to spell the name. Our GOOGLE device picked up something you just said. That's
like
hilarious.
A little kid
it's like
house.
A child. I can't say the GOOGLE word out loud because it's going to know I'm talking about her.
And she starts answering questions we don't ask.
Exactly.
That's hilarious.
That was really funny. All right. I would like to talk about a product that you're working on. Well, you know what? Let me finish up some of the current products, and then one of them is offers to owners. Jack.
Yeah,
Please
so we get a lot of
more.
questions about offers to owners. Offers to owners, again, is free with membership for us. But what is happening is people are contacting us all the time, every day, about flipping houses. So they are house flippers. They're not interested in investing in land the way that our membership is geared towards. So, and my answer is constantly, well, it's I know land is in the name of everything, but the same data set is successfully used by a tremendous amount of people every single day to flip land. So then what ended up happening is we created a product for SFR/home flippers.
Or anyone only needing data and mailing.
So it's access to RealQuest Pro, access to Title Pro, and it's access to the fantastic relationship that we have with Letterstream.com, which is our mailing company for about the price of a stamp. And you can send out 10 offers or you can send out 100 million offers. They're all about the price of a stamp, and they all go out that day.
Right.
And it's the latest software. It's all run. Dave's the greatest. He is an IT guy. Yeah. It's IT-driven bulk mail service. And if you know anything about bulk mail, nobody's an IT professional. They all have ink on their hands still. And these guys don't.
That's hilarious.
They run it from a computer.
That's really funny.
They have
ink on their hands. Are they going
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
They're like cranking a newspaper thing
That's
1884.
Awesome. That's
like
funny.
It's the Civil War.
Yeah, it's too late. Sorry, that batch already went out.
They say stuff like that. What are you talking about? It's too late. Yeah, that never happens at Letterstream. I can't say enough good things about those guys.
That's good. I love it.
And their pricing rocks.
All right.
We did $100,000 with them in the first month of operation.
It's amazing.
When we changed from the other company to this. Mm-hmm. The other company they have ink on their hands.
Right. I would like to point out too that this pricing and deal and stuff is exclusive to our members.
Yeah, it's only membership.
Yeah, so if you call them out of the blue and say, I want that deal, they're going to say, great, call Jack and Jill.
Yeah, it's 92 cents a letter if you go through them, and it's 49 cents through us.
Exactly.
Same thing with RealQuest.
Yep.
RealQuest is $275, and it's with offers to owners, it's actually going to be cheaper. So
They wrote a whole. You together put together a whole program for the merge. they do the mail merge. It's so you just put your stuff in a certain format, and it's awesome. They do a lot of the work for you.
Yeah, but RealQuest is what I'm saying.
Oh, we're talking about RealQuest. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought they were
about half the price.
Right, I was talking about
their street rate. Everything, all of our products are about half. Half the price is if you went in off the street and got a subscription to RealQuest. At the end of the day,
when you add everything up,
it's half if you do it with us.
Right.
That's cool. My point. Same thing with all of our products, Letterstream, Title Pro, all of it.
Yep. All right. Well, it's even, you know what, Jack? I swear it's even better than half because some of our products you can't get off the street.
Yeah, the product that we're going to develop, and we haven't talked about it yet, is a different way to look at CoreLogic's data. Yeah. They've given us, because of our numbers and how much our group is using it, they've given us access to the back-end data. So we have an IT team right now developing a front end so that you can see the data.
I know.
You can see the data the way that you want to see it. So if you want to see a neighborhood full of homes, you click on it that way, or you can map them. If you want, if you see things like in an APN scheme, like I tend to, then you can look at the data that way. You click through it that way.
Exactly. It's going to be awesome.
So the back end data is all the same. It comes right from the assessor, but the front end we're going to redevelop. I think they're going to be awesome. I think it's going to get to the board level at CoreLogic, and we're probably going to have to.
It's going to be something big.
They might hire us to help them.
This is very true.
Serious.
I agree. All right. Moving on. Deed Perfect. I think that product doesn't get the credit it deserves, because every time I go looking on, like, is it LegalZoom? I don't know who. There's other companies out there, other online things. They do deeds for you. I have yet to find one for under $200. I think the cheapest I found is like $249, and I put it in one of our newsletters to make sure. I'm like, are you guys using Deed Perfect? Because it is such a good tool. It's free to our members, and then we charge $98 for everybody else.
You put some stuff, it does your deeds for you.
Yeah.
You put the information in, and it kicks a deed out, and it's record ready.
Deedperfect.com.
And
you fill in grantor, you fill in grantee.
I was walking through Landstay, or Landpen, our real company, and I found out that everybody uses it there.
They do.
They use Deed Perfect
all
to
the
do
time.
our deeds. I didn't know that.
All the time. You mean our people?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
On the real estate that
you
we
mean not
purchase.
just our members. No, yeah. Our staff uses Deed Perfect. Of course they do.
I didn't know that.
Exactly. Because it's the easiest thing.
I know.
So, yeah, so deedperfect.com. It's awesome. It's cheap. If you're a member, I'm sure you're using it already. But I wanted to tell the world about it, because it's a really great product. Don't go spend a couple $100 with whoever. We have a great one right there. All right.
Backtaxlists.com.
Jack.
So this was the birth of this company, or this .com. It was the roots of it were all the same as the other ones. It was at request. People who are going through our cash flow from land program, the educational program, I talk about taxsalelists.com a lot, and e-tax sales also gets talked about a lot, especially early on in the podcast episodes. And e-tax sale list is gone. I tried to buy the company. I cannot find the owner. I don't know if he passed away or what. And Back Tax Lists was purchased by two guys who are maybe some of the most evil people I've ever talked to in business. Exactly. And so I said, fine. I threw my hands up and said, we're going to create our own. So, and it's going to be, it's being worked on right now. But the front page of it is a U.S. map. And each state is clickable. And there you see every county in each state. And then you click through the county, and you get just a tremendous amount of information on that back end page. All the county links are in there, the county phone number, the information, how many the back tax lists are in there. And I mean, and I'm not even scratching the surface. Right. It's a tremendous resource, not just for our group, and it's all free, obviously. Right. Not just for our group, but
free for our
just
members.
For anybody who buys tax liens or tax deeds, or anybody, we talk about finding density maps a lot. Right. All the density map information will be in there about which counties are population density, and
That's our show for tomorrow too. So we're going to talk more about it then.
Oh, good.
So I just want to touch on a little bit. We'll get into more detail. All right. I have two new things, and then we got to swoop back around to the black level because we promised.
Oh, right.
So please tell us about landinvestors.com.
Yeah. So I don't know whose idea was this. Is this your idea?
I think it was both of us. It was you and I, again, horsing around, sitting at the coffee, drinking coffee, sitting at the table. And with a brainstorm, we thought we're just playing with different sites.
Well, Land and Farm, they went and got land.com, and it made me incredibly jealous. That's how this all started. So land.com is Land and Farm. And I said, darn it, we need a fantastic .com like that. Long story short, we bought Land Investors, which I think really covers the whole thing.
It does.
And the tagline is, if you're involved in land in any way, there's something in here for you. Yeah. So Land Academy will be part of Land Investors. Land Pin's part of Land Investors. We'll roll out a farm project, how to buy farmland project, ranches, the whole thing. I mean, if you need to find a notary to get a deal done, you're going to be able to do it through Land Investors. If you need a drone, hire a drone company. You'll find it through there. If you need a surveyor, local surveyor, you'll find it through there.
That's cool.
All of that.
It's going to be awesome.
Subdivision, there's a white paper on every state that covers, one of the questions that Jill, I'm excited about this.
I know.
there's a white paper in there. I'm done with that. I need to do like 10 more. That covers whether or not, it's a summary of the state. So whether or not you need an attorney to close a deal, do you typically use a title company, and then a list of all the title companies there. This is going to be the one
tremendous
resource.
Massive. You have any questions, go check it out.
That's it. Exactly. It's just packed full of answers.
Perfect. And that parlays into my last thing, which is live events.
Live events.
As land investors, because we are land investors, we're professional land investors, the whole world, not just our people, have been asking for live events. So we are starting to do those.
If you've been with us for a while, I've been pretty vocal about the fact that I do not want to put on a live event in a hotel lobby, like some of these ding-dongs on late night TV.
Well, and then, here's what's right. So, and it's hard to find a location that'll hold us and do what we want to do.
What we're doing.
We're doing it in a hotel. But
it's on the ocean.
It's a different hotel.
It's cool.
It's a cool hotel. It is. It's beachfront. Thank you very much. It's on the Strand. Check out the address. It's on the Strand. So, all right. So if you're anywhere in the LA area, if you're not in the LA area, it's not going to be a long event. You don't need to fly to town for this. But if you're anywhere in the LA area and within a couple-hour drive, even San Diego, it's not crazy. Come on up. We're going to do our first one, and I'll tell you why we're doing it here, because we're gearing up for something. So our first one, you'll find it through Meetup, and guess what it's under? Land Investors. So go look at Land Investors, and you'll see an LA group.
Scottsdale too, yeah.
Yeah, and you'll see us in Scottsdale, because I'm going to do one in March. Right now, we're getting ready to book the March one. So first one is going to be February 22nd. It's a Wednesday. It's at the Beach House Hotel in Hermosa. Yes, it is. And from 6:30 to, I think I said 6:30 to 8, because we got to be out of the room like at 8:45. So it'll give us some time to horse around, before and after. And I put an agenda on there. So go check it out. It's free to our members, and everybody else it's $40, and which is way cheap for what we bring to the table.
The first one's an overview.
It is.
It's an overview of the land and investment business. It's a way to meet us if you're into that kind of thing, and really just get any questions that you have answered.
Yeah.
It's not we're not selling anything there.
Oh no, this is not a thing. It's all information.
And I've said that from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
I love these live events, by the way.
Yeah.
The idea of it, but it's not a sales show.
No, it's not.
Leave your credit cards at home.
It's really to pay for the room. Just help pay for the room is what it is. Because it's a really nice. When you see it, you'll see why. It's really nice.
But I'm saying we're not going to sell our products or anything.
Oh no! It's not a sales event. No, this first one that we're doing here in LA, and then next month in March in Scottsdale is really about. So you think you want to do this? Jack and I talking about what's needed, who we've seen are the real successful ones, what makes them stand out.
Right, Joe.
A little more information about really what this is all about. Mm-hmm. So you can really make an educated decision about being a land investor or anything like that. And then it's going to grow into all kinds of other things that we'll get into more detailed topics as these progress. And I'm really excited, but we always are available for Q&A. And the thing about Jack and I, and I know that makes us different, is we're brutally honest. And you asked us a question. Jack and I will never, ever say, oh, that's a question for a black level or, or black, whatever it is, or a gold or something. No. We will never, ever refer you somewhere else or something, well, we will candidly answer the question. And so it'll be a great Q&A time. So gosh, even if you're in the industry already, but you're hung up on something, come on out. It's going to be cool, and you can ask them some questions. So
right.
That was my last thing was our live events. Oh, I was going to say too, I'm doing these meetups right now, and Jack and I are, and I'm starting small. It's limited to, I think I put 45 people. If I have to, I'll expand it. I can grow into another room there, but I'm trying to keep it small and intimate because I really want it to be cool. And then these are going to grow into some much bigger, more involved live events. For example, we already have like CoreLogic lined up. So when we do these big live events, we're going to have real deal big speakers.
The providers of the tools in our membership, like CoreLogic, RealQuest, Title Pro, LetterStream. The guys that own these companies or run the divisions for these larger companies will be there. You can meet them and ask them any questions. Exactly. Ask them what's coming up. Tell them how to improve. They want to do that too.
Yeah. Exactly.
And the way to get involved in all this is to go to meetup.com. And like Jill said, type in
Land
investors, and you'll see Scottsdale in Los Angeles. And it doesn't cost anything. Even if you have no intention of going to this thing, it's a good way. Jill sends a lot of information out. So it's free to be a part of the group.
Join the group, so you'll see when my meetups are happening, and there might be a topic down the road that will really help you. So you want to get in the loop.
Or you're a home flipper maybe, because we will be rolling offers to owners out.
Sure.
And there's a part of that. If you're a home flipper and you're getting properties through the MLS or through a real estate agent, I'm going to be very, very blunt and say you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
You need to be sending out mail, just like all the members that we have do to buy land. So we have a lot of members who are, I call them their closet. They say they're doing the land stuff, but I think that they're using the data to buy houses, and I think that's great.
I know they are.
I hope they are.
No, I'm sure they are.
We're just going to
awesome.
make it official.
Totally.
We also find that people that come to us from the home flipping business and have some success or failure, or do they just have experience?
Yep.
They do very, very well.
They really do.
So that's what offers to owners is. There's no education that's involved in it. It's just access to these tools cheaper.
I have found many of our group that came from that background, Jack, and then once they get into this, they're like, "Oh, I'm done flipping houses forever." But they have that network. So what do? They find them, source them, mark them up, and give them to their friends that are still, swinging a hammer, and they're laughing. Our members are like, "Ha ha ha! I just gave it to my buddy. I do not want to do that. I'm moving on to the next one." Yep. All right. The last thing I want to talk about, Jack, I want to circle back around on the Black membership because we kind of cut that off earlier today. Do you want to expand on that anymore?
Yeah. So there's a bunch of products that we didn't cover, and that's fine. If you need to go to landacademy.com and just peruse the membership area. It is very detailed, and when they're going to be released. There's to run through them real quick. One of the products that we call it in the office Ethan Data, because Ethan's a guy that he doesn't work with the city longer, but he was your original engineer, and it's a 3-point input, state, county, and APN, and it takes you right, and Google Earth, it'll take you right to the property, the corner points on it. Our members, especially the new ones, are having a tough time finding property. This is really going to help.
And not finding property, he just means like finding it on a map.
Yeah, finding it on Google Earth specifically.
Because sometimes you get these properties and you have a legal description and it's not an address, and maybe there's not a GPS coordinated with it that you could get real quick out of one of our other resources. So you got to do the old school, go find it. And that you have to learn how to do that. So this is going to take a lot of that work out of there for you.
We'll be opening a title and escrow service, and probably before that, I'm talking to the top 2 national title companies for deep, membership wide discounts. I mean, I'm talking about less than half. That's where we're talking right now. So
exactly.
There's just too much to mention. So
it's
we're running out of time on the second show.
Oh my gosh, because we love this stuff.
So Black level membership, I guess apparently Joe says, there's 5 levels of membership with Land Academy. Green, which is free. Silver is what we have now. Everybody's a silver member right now. They're all capped, by the way. There's a certain amount of slots that we have because the whole world's not going to get involved. And we did that for a reason, because Jill and I believe that we are trying to build, and we are building, a group of very special people that, not little short bus special.
Oh my gosh.
But people who are motivated.
I can't believe you said that.
People who are very motivated.
Oh my gosh. The people that ride the short bus.
To get some real estate deals. Get real estate deals done in a small group like this.
Jack, some people describe us like we should be on this short bus. I thank you. And when I say us, I mean you. Not me.
So these 5 levels, it's all about getting to the Black level membership, which is also free, by the way. The first level and the last level are free. The ones in between, there's a monthly subscription.
Yeah.
And the more deals you do, it makes more sense to travel through these. The more resources you get. It's all designed so you don't have to build your own staff. You can use ours.
Right.
Use ours. We spent $250,000 building a CRM, database that's custom made for this business for flipping houses and land. So you'll have access to that. But the Black level membership is invite only, and there's at the moment 25 slots. There's actually 6 people in there right now. We all do deals together. We do really large deals together and make a ton of money. And that's what it's for.
Exactly.
And you have to have, you can't, I've had 2 people in the last month ask me, and I said, the first question I asked is how many deals you've done. And, well, I haven't done any yet, but I want to be a black member. Okay.
That's nice.
That's hilarious.
Call me when you have 100.
I mean, hundreds and hundreds of deals under your belt.
Yeah.
And even then, if you don't have the right attitude and all that stuff, it's not going to happen. So,
that's very true.
You have to come to this as a black member, a black level member, with something that's incredibly unique. Like I think I mentioned on the first half of the show, one of the guys that we're doing really well with he's got a lot of experience subdividing property, and that's something personally that I love.
Yeah.
So, like a perfect example would be, let's say somebody specializes in Maine, ranch lands, or timberland in Maine would be a perfect black level member person.
I got people like Northern California, like the Santa Barbara area, where we're doing some stuff that they're in our world and that kind of thing.
Yeah, if you're like on a first name, like the subdivider is on a first name basis with a lot of the planning and zoning people in a certain state, that's huge. Like, I can benefit from that personally.
Exactly.
And that's what this is all about.
Yep.
Sharing.
It is sharing. Thank you.
We've done it again, Jill.
We did. I'm out.
We're out of time.
I know.
Join us in another episode where Jack and Jill discuss how to use information, that's me,
and inspiration, that's me,
to get just about anything you want.
We use it every day to buy property for half of what it's worth and sell it immediately.
You are not alone in your real estate ambition. We sounded like the car talk guys there for a minute.
Did we really? Why?
You've done it again. You've wasted another hour.
Oh, seriously? Is that what they'd say?
You've wasted another hour of your life listening to us say silly stuff.
That is so darn funny. Oh my gosh. That's really good. Oops.
Information and inspiration to buy undervalued property.
We are Jack and Jill, and this was the Cash Flow from Land Show.
We are the experts at acquiring property
Of all kinds, not just land.
for half price, just so we can flip it for way more.
And really fast. Thanks for listening. You are not alone in your real estate ambition.